All right, welcome one and all to the Off the Rails Sports Podcast. I am your host, John, and let's figure out what happened on Saturday, July 5th. Quite a, kind of a dull day, really, in the world of sports. We need a day off after Joey Chestnut just devoured the competition over there at Nathan's. If you could, hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And we will start off the podcast with some sad news. Reliever Bobby Jenks, the stud closer for the 2005 World Champion White Sox, passed away of cancer in Europe. And he was a bigger-than-life guy. Ozzie Guillen always had the big, hands out when he was going to replace his pitcher with Bobby Jenks. He was really instrumental, especially Game 4 against Houston. On the way to that title, nobody expected the White Sox to get that title. He was literally an integral part, and it's really a shame because I believe next month they're going to have the 20th anniversary in Chicago, a reunion for all the players, and it just kind of breaks your heart. He seemed like a really good guy. Let's not live under the illusion all these baseball players who are great baseball players are good people. I don't know. Maybe they are. I mean, I really started checking out on this PR bullshit campaigns when Tiger Woods, was Saint Tiger for 10 years. And then all of a sudden we found out he was a drug addict who, cheated on his wife and did all the other stuff. And look, I'm not making any moral, adjudications on that. People do a lot of things. They succumb to temptation. They do whatever. Right? If it's Mick Jagger, it's cool. But if it's Tiger Woods, it's considered reprehensible. I'm not even saying it was. It's just what he was versus what the CBSs and the NBCs and the ABCs, all we ever saw was, oh, he's got another charter school. He's donating money to this. He's donating, a lot of these charities are total bullshit because what they do is they get a charity and they stack it with their relatives who can get a very nice salary. And literally 95% of all the money in that charity goes to their relatives to get them, a job. Those are the things that really happen. Tiger Woods had a foundation. I've heard rumors his mom was part of the foundation and bringing a check. Look, I don't care. But when the guy's worth $1 billion, really, do you need to squeeze it that hard? But, I'm not saying he did. I don't know. Those are just the rumors I've heard. Hey, there's a lot of rumors that aren't true. We talked about some last night with Rafael Devers. I'm going to talk to Brian about that on Monday. And let's also talk about Anthony Volpe. The Yankees are on a 6-game losing streak. It's the second one they've had this year. And one of the things that happens is when at the end of an inning, the shortstop gets the ball and he throws it to the right fielder, who's Aaron Judge. He's walking in. He threw the ball to Aaron Judge. Aaron wasn't looking, hit him in the face, caused a cut, broke his glasses. When it rains, it pours, right? And I'm not a Yankee fan, but I am an Aaron Judge fan. That guy is just spectacular. I'm sure they'll figure it out, but we shall see. And Toronto just keeps pulling further and further away in the NL East. Let's talk about the NBA real quick. And a lot of times we do not give enough credence to how cool front offices can be. A lot of times they're ruthless. They're making cuts. It's what it is. It's the nature of the beast. But Houston had a player who's very, very good, Cam Whitmore. Averaged 10.8 points the last 2 years. Really couldn't break into the rotation. They are so deep. They are so stacked. That's what happens when you draft really well, right? Well, they've been trying to trade him with his representatives for the last month. And they came upon a trade. They sent him to the Washington Wizards for 2 second-round picks. And Houston has said that really the primary objective was to put him in a place where he could thrive, where he could actually get some minutes, he could develop his game, whatever. And I got to say, I think that is amazing. And they worked hand in hand with his team, his management team, to find that. And he's going home. He is a boy from Washington. And, to me, those are kind of like the stories nobody talks about. I think it's incredibly just bloody awesome what they did. They're not going to ever get any credit. When things go wrong, we're going to say fire them. They're all crap. They're all terrible. It's all about the money. But you know what? This is a kind of a human interest story that kind of falls underneath the cracks that, it really touched my soul. That's all I got to say. And just for an info, I do have a soul, I think. My dad might disagree with you, but, let's go on. Let's get to MLB on this day after the 4th of July. Seems like the Twins beat the Rays 6-5. Twins, ever since that 13-game winning streak, God, man, they are just terrible. They're 43-46. Duran gets your win. He's 6-3. All right, whatever you're gonna do, man. The Cardinals beat the Cubs finally. Day after the Cubs hit 8 home runs in that game. Jesus, how many home runs? God, Wrigley, welcome to that. Matt's got the win. The Blue Jays won the second game against the Angels 4-3. Fisher got the win, 3-0 with a 2.3 ERA. And I said at the beginning of the year, I really did think the Blue Jays had the best starting rotation in the AL East. I think it's been proven out that they do. Also, I do make bets at the beginning of the year on win-losses. And I was looking at the Blue Jays at like 82, and I saw Texas at 84, and I took Texas. I think I may regret that. All right. The Red Sox took down the Nationals 10-3. Bueller got the win. He's 6-6. He's just having not that really good of a year. And, it's easy to get healthy when you play the Nationals. Phillies beat the Reds 5-1. Romano gets your win. First win of the year for him. Orioles beat the Braves. And the Braves are just, I don't even know what you say. Batista gets the win. 9-6. The Orioles win in 10. And the Braves are 39-49. I mean, geez, they're just so bad. I don't even know what, God, how do you even talk about that? Marlins, who are actually playing some really good baseball, they are 10-2 in their last 12. They beat the Brewers 4-2. Enriquez gets the win, 5-1, 2.7 ERA. Alcantara was the guy we were all looking at with Florida, but, Enriquez is pretty damn good. Mets won the second game in the Subway Series against the Yankees, 12-6. Montes gets the win. The Diamondbacks beat the Royals 7-1. The Royals, they're 42-48. I thought, I thought they were going to build on that momentum of the playoff run last year, but obviously not. I know I keep talking about it. Another 1-0 game. Casey Mize pitched a gem for the Tigers. 1-0 against the Guardians. And they are 56-34. 22 games over 500. Jesus. Allen is really a tough luck loser for the Guardians. He's 5-7, and honestly, he could be 8-3. That guy is really that good. Astros came into Dodger Stadium and got the win. They are 19 games over 500. Wow. And I saw a thing the other day. I texted it to Brian, and it was Oral Hershiser talking about the Friday game when they won 18-1, and he goes, he's intimating that they know what the pitch is. And he goes, it's like they know every breaking ball that's coming. We know the intimidation that they're cheating signs, they're stealing signs. And Brian said, and he's absolutely right, he doesn't say anything when Shohei Ohtani is hitting everything out of the park, that he knows signs. Yeah, you got me there, right? White Sox beat the Rockies 10-3. Rockies were on kind of a run. Now they're 20-69. Yeah. Not even looking at making 40 wins. Cannon gets your win there. Rangers went into San Diego, beat the Padres 7-4. Corbin got the win. I'm telling you, Texas has a really good starting rotation. They just can't hit. I'm really interested to see what they're going to do at the trade deadline here today, or at the end of this month, excuse me. Giants beat the Athletics 7-2. Webb gets your win. He's 8-6. Boy, this guy's getting a lot of decisions. And finally, in the 1-0 category again, the Mariners beat the Pirates 1-0. Castillo, Mariners have a really good staff. I just don't know if they have much in hitting. He gets the win. He's 5-5 with a 3.1 ERA. Okay, if you could, hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot to us. And we'll see you soon on Off the Rails Sports Podcast.